Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX, and this is what I was promised you guys a little bit ago. DS sort of tutorial LP thing. So you kind of get a little bit of my background and you get the emulator I use usually for DS recordings, which is DeSuMe. Pretty easy to find that and get that offline. I recommend it. It's actually not that bad. Maybe a bit more laggy than the other ones, but I like all the options it has. I don't know. Tinker of options always. I mean, it's always the first step to recording good LPs is to look at all your options and see what you can do best and what has the best quality, all that fun stuff. I mean, when you're doing an LP, you have to put some effort into quality and all that. But that's a whole other topic. Not gonna. This is just quick simple tutorial. So yeah, DeSuMe is usually what I use to do DS recordings. Now, the first step obviously to do is to load the ROM. So do file, recent ROM, partners in time. I know it's a little bit off the screen, but I think it's pretty obvious I do. So the first thing you want to have in these sort of things is a hard save. I mean, of course, DeSuMe has save states, blah, 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 blah. Load state, I always use that to, make sure I have at least a copy of the past few sections in case something screws up in the recording and I need to go back. I also like to record in bulk, though, so that's part of the reason why there's so few already. But you want to have a hard save, like if you load partners in time here, blah, blah, blah. You have, a hard save, right here at the Vim Factory, perhaps, which is actually about where I'm at in the LP right now, which is funny. But you want a hard save. Sometimes you have to load the save state and sort of tinker and like resave a hard save again for the thing to actually recognize it. But just make sure you use the save states and be able to get a hard save of where you're at that DeSuMe recognizes. Because the way I do this is it's sort of a two-step process. So the first step is this little option right down here, record movie. Now you go ahead and type your little movie thing in, and what you don't want, I can't talk. How am I supposed to make a tutorial while I can't talk? But you want to use the start from SRAM thing. Take this. Now I'm not sure if save states actually work in here. I haven't really tinkered with save states that much. Why am I over here? Where is my DeSuMe? There's my DeSuMe. You want to go to the DeSuMe, and there'll be a file in here for whatever game you want to be doing. So here we go. Mario and Luigi partners are in time. So you load the hard save, the DSV file, I believe it is, and you go ahead and press OK for your little name. So the movie recording will start, and you'll be able to play the game as much as you want. As you can see, it restarts the emulator, which is why you need this hard save, because you need to actually be able to access the game from a hard save like this. So you go over here, you do that, you load the thing, and voila, see, you're in the game. So you can go ahead and play a bit, jump around, blah, blah, blah. And this record movie, what it'll do, it's not going to make you a video or anything, but it's going to record, all your actions. It makes a movie file that the emulator itself can play. So you do a little bit of this, you get your recording done, you go ahead, you stop the movie. And then if you go back and play the movie, type in your little file, it automatically goes in the DeSuMe folder that you have. You can go ahead and play it, and I'm not touching the keyboard at all. Hands are off the keyboard. Hands are completely off the keyboard. It does a sort of DeSuMe read-only file like this. Yeah, see, not touching it at all, loads the thing, just does everything that you just did with, just within the emulator. And as you can see, when I played, it wasn't really that laggy. I mean, there's occasional lag when I play. It's nothing usually that, it's hard to handle. My computer's not the best computer anyway. Well, it's not horrible either. It's about, 3 years old, but it's like Windows on a boot camp, on a partition, blah, blah, blah. So it's not necessarily the best conditions either. So you see the movie already finished, and it just leaves you, you can even go back and keep playing you can stop the movie anytime and actually keep playing from wherever the movie is at, because it just literally does it through the ROM itself. So I can even keep going from here, or make a save state, blah blah blah, whatever. Which is usually what I do after I finish a recording. So always a good idea to do that. Now, what you can do then to get an actual movie file though is you play the movie, and as it starts, you go to this little handy Record AVI thing, right here, which, well, we can just save in the DeSuMe file here. So you can make a little test, just call it test. Do that. It already exists, really? Why does it already exist? Fine, we'll go with test shoe puff. Sure, why not? I probably spelled shoe puff wrong. FASCII 7 or 10 reference. Yay. So you want to also have good video compression. Make sure you have, a good size file that's good quality. If you want good quality, and a decent size, like it's maybe like an hour a gig for this one. I usually use Xvid here. Seems to work pretty well. You'll know it's right when you get this little boxy box thing going here. Which I'll just actually go ahead and let this thing run for a bit. So as you can see, a lot more lag doesn't help that I'm actually recording something outside the recording. But the thing about this is the AVI file, no matter how much lag it is in recording, there is no lag whatsoever in the actual video file once it compresses, and it records both the audio and the video from the game. And, syncs it up perfectly, does all that nasty crap already for you, which is really nice. The only problem is this little screen separation I have here. As you notice, it hasn't really been in any of my videos. It doesn't record any screen separation. As far as I know, there's nothing you can do about that unless you just, do have hardcore video editing afterwards. And I was like, I could do that, but it's just so much hassle. I don't know. I never thought it was that necessary. I mean, there's a little bit of like, sort of odd perspective going on sometimes when the two screens combine, but if you do want the screen separation, you can always use, what I'm using right now, which is Cam Studio, so you just do a screen recording of this while it plays back. The problem is, and then, you can use this record WAV file to get the sound instead, which if you do that, it's not going to lag as much. So that's how I did Yoshi's Island DS. I recorded the Cam Studio. The problem is, if there's any lag, you have to go through and edit it out if you want, a good quality lagless video without desync. And it is pretty time consuming. So if you do this, you get an easy file without any lag whatsoever. And it's really easy just to post commentate on that. It's a really simple way to actually record DS LPs. I think I stopped the movie by actually touching all that. But yeah, as long as you have the movie running, the play movie running, the game will do everything you did. I'm actually touching the keyboard now that I'm doing this. But the movie will do everything you did. And then the Record AVI file here, which I'll go ahead and stop that, will actually make a video. Well, let's go ahead and load up the video here. Where did I put it? Test shoot puff. And as you can see, it'll just go ahead. Ow, that was loud in my ears. Yep, there's sound. There is sound. Let me turn my sound down actually, because that's really freaking loud. And then, it'll just go ahead and you have, a nice lagless, synced up video here. I don't have any sound playing, obviously, because I didn't record the sound that's playing from my Windows Movie video player thing. But as you can see, yeah, there you go. Lagless video, synced up with sound. Missing the little screen separation here, but, not the biggest deal, I guess. So that's usually how I get my video. Then I just go ahead and put some post commentary on it because, you can also try live commentary, but once again, you get issues of lag, and you have to edit out all the lag on the voice file. And, the problem with Yoshi's Island DS is I had to keep delaying episodes because it just took so freaking long to ever get an episode out. In terms of editing, I would recommend Cam Studio, or not Cam Studio, that's a freaking recording thing, Camtasia, because it has a zoom in pan function, which is how I do that whole zoom in thing. Don't know if I'm not going to really go through the whole editing process, because there's a bunch of different options you can do for that. Pick whichever one works for you, but if you want a zoom in pan function, I know Camtasia has it, so it could be one recommended option, or any other way you want to just sort of, do stuff with the screens. If you want to show both screens, you can do that too. Personally, I like having, zooming in on where the action usually is, which is, one of the two screens usually at a time. Usually, to focus on both screens at once. But, sometimes you obviously do. It's two screens. They use both. But it's kind of your choice to edit. Maybe someday I'll do a DS editing thing, but I think the important thing is really just getting a good video. And this is how I do it. I think it turns out really well. Maybe post commentary isn't your thing. You can try to tinker around with lives. If your computer is better than mine, you probably won't get as much lag. But that's in general how I tend to do it. Let's freaking get out of here. Get out of here, Mario and Luigi Partners time. I don't want you anymore. So is there anything else I'm ready to talk about? Obviously before you do this, you want to tinker with your settings. I'm not actually sure exactly what my settings are at. For minimum, just tinker around for minimum lag. Your frame skip. Is there anything else important here? You can always change your window size, by the way, when you're playing. Usually when I'm playing, actually, I go for 1.5 size here. When you get to 2, it's a bit too much. It's already off the screen at 2. So I don't know why you'd ever want it 4 times. That's just crazy. You can also take out the screen separation if you care about, and, all this little stuff here if you want that. I don't really know. One of the things I'm not so good at is settings. I usually have someone else tell me, whoa, hi there. Freaking Yahoo Messenger, get out of my face. Nobody likes you, Yahoo Messenger. I'm gonna just cut that part out, I think. No one needs to see my private life. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, obviously you can take around the settings and hopefully get optimal sort of frameless skipping, blah blah blah. But the AVI function won't give you any lag or any sort of frame skip, so it's usually your best option. And once I do that, then get a nice hour recording, have it run. Probably take a couple hours because of all the lag, but you can do anything you want. The computer all runs anything you want, as long as your computer doesn't completely flip the shit out. You can go ahead and talk with your friends on freaking IM, or just go hang out on YouTube and watch videos, or just leave your computer and go play a video game. You guys are gamers, and you just let it run. And then when you check it back a few times, see it's done, see that your computer isn't freaking going to sleep mode, and then you stop the video when it's done, and you got a video. So I hope that helps. I hope that wasn't too confusing. If you guys want to leave comments and questions in the section below, I'll be sure to be a bit more thorough in answering them for once in my life. And yeah, that's pretty much how I do it. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. Post commentary, but it's a small price to pay in order to be able to bring great quality DS LPs to you guys, because it's not something many people do. And I'm hoping thanks to this, some people can actually start doing that more, and DS LPs can get a little bit more recognition, because lots of great games in the system, and lots of good games. I can't talk today, guys. I can't talk today. I have a whole day where I want to freaking record, and I'm already can't talk. What the hell? But yeah, pretty good. So yeah, this is LuckySevenDX. I've wasted enough time with my babble. I will see you guys for more LPs in the future with this little setup, crazy stuff I have. You can see a little bit of my Ninja Kirby in the bottom here. That's right, I have my Ninja Kirby in my background of my desktop. Isn't that just sexy? Anyway, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.